When I was little, I had a problem with my joints in my legs. So I had surgery done by an orthopedic surgeon, which is a career path I want to fall into. STEM has the science pathway, which really helps me go into the career path of being an orthopedic surgeon and getting classes that will help me into the future.
Right when I saw STEM and I saw the hands-on type of learning that they'd be doing and that classrooms would be different and classroom sizes would be smaller, I knew that this was going to be the perfect fit for me.
What we have at the high school and the middle school level is the students are teamed by grade level. I'm on the junior team and help out with the senior team because I teach both juniors and seniors. With that then, at our program, this allows the students then to have a core of teachers and a dedicated additional set of faculty that can help them out with whatever they need, but also has the benefit then of being on the larger high school campus where they can participate in band, cheerleading, and all the other activities that a large high school like the Lee campus has to offer.
Our kids come to us from across the district. We are a school within a school, so it's an open lottery system as required by T-STEM, and so we are proud to be able to do that. We do have a large interest throughout the district as well, and so for us we do mirror the demographic of the district, so that's who we have. We have about 46% female population and about 54% male population. So we're excited about that as well, getting girls excited to come into STEM fields, which had been a struggle up until this point.
When I first started at STEM, I had all male classes. Some classes that were all male because we had that few girls. But I think just letting girls know from 6th grade on that it's okay to be smart, it's okay to get in there, and you can science and engineering as well as anybody, and just giving them that confidence and support and knowing that we're going to support them all the way through 12th grade has really helped our numbers.
One thing that makes us unique for STEM Academy is that we do have a cross-curricular approach using PBL kind of as our backbone structure. So, and again, that has two different meanings. One could be project-based learning and the other could be problem-based learning. And for us, we use problem-based learning in our approach. So that means that we are giving our students a question that they are going to go and explore, and then it's their task to go and get all of the information and come back with a solution.
It is different because the teacher briefly goes over the project and you would just have to go from there. You have to use your teammates as your crutches, and sometimes you don't like your teammates, and that's okay because you'll learn to adapt with each other, which is kind of what I like. And it really makes you get out of your comfort zone, and during those projects and when you're speaking together, you really feel like a team, no matter your differences.
A large part of what STEM does is PBL. And at the end of each PBL, the students have to report or present to an audience that's appropriate for that project. In the engineering department, every project my students do, they either have to do a written report or they have to get up and present. Because as a professional, everyone has to communicate what they're working on, what their ideas are in order to move forward.
So we've been working with biomedical engineering research, and so the kids are actually doing prosthetic projects or medical innovations. So they get to take an idea that already exists for animals or human animals, and they get to redesign it and reinvent it, and we get to use multidisciplinary stuff. They have to write an essay about it. They're going to be making a 3D model. We're using our 3D printer, and so on Tinkercad they're actually designing it on a 3D CAD program and getting to print that out if they'd like.
One of my favorite teachers is Ms. Kirchens, which is my medical microbiology teacher, and she was my teacher last year too in my pathway. She teaches us at a high level, as in a college level, of all our labs and everything we do in that class, which really helps me at least get ready and be into a mental environment under the pressure and like the way we're put into the class, so we actually perform like we would when we're into the actual situation.
It's not just for a project and for a grade, but this is actually something that you can present to the public and actually make a change based on what your research or your problem-based learning project was about.